Representative Castor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for calling this hearing. Thank you to our witnesses for sharing your expertise on the CCP's incessant threats and coercion to Taiwan, but to the U.S. and freedom-loving people everywhere. It is very important that this committee and all of us continue to shine a light on the CCP's strategy, that their strategy is not just military, it's also economic, it's cyber, it's lawfare. And I think this committee and the past administrations have done a good job rallying support across the globe from our allies and partners in the Indo-PACOM area of concern, but all of the allies when it came to economic pushback on how China cheats and steals. And that's why I am so concerned right now that the Trump administration has lost that focus, that people now look at the U.S. and say, oh, they're taking a much weaker stance to counter the CCP. Everything the president does is transactional, it's unpredictable, and what that translates into is a lot of uncertainty for Taiwan at a terrible time. The president's undermining our partnerships, our allies. It wasn't that long ago that we were all working in cooperation with Japan, with Australia, with India, with the EU and others to counter what China is doing. And I just think, as you said, Ms. Khan, it's giving leverage to Xi Jinping. For example, Dr. Hooper, take for instance Japanese Prime Minister Sana Takachi's recent sentiment that a Chinese attack on Taiwan may also serve as a threat to Japan. In response, President Trump told her to stop provoking China. What kind of signal does that send to an ally like Japan?
Congresswoman, thank you for your question. And needless to say, I strongly agree with the importance of allies both in the Indo-Pacific and in Europe in sending clear and consistent signals about our mutual support for Taiwan. What our Japanese friends have faced in the last several months has been very distressing, and I thank you for calling attention to it. When Prime Minister Takaichi made her comments before the Japanese Diet in November, she was articulating a position that was consistent with that of past prime ministers, but was nonetheless a little bit more frank and candid than what others had been willing to say in the past. And as I mentioned in my testimony, I believe that this was a sign of strength of the U.S.-Japan alliance, that she felt comfortable enough to say that in front of the Diet, because Japan really has stepped up in considerable ways on issues related to Taiwan in recent years. In the last few months, Japan has become subject to tourism bans, student travel bans, various forms of economic coercion, including potentially critical minerals bans, and is watching closely to see if the PRC will escalate further. To her credit, Prime Minister Takaichi has stood resolved in the face of this ongoing coercion from the PRC, and one only need look at her recent election returns to know that she's never been more popular, in part as a result of what the PRC has done. But there is no question that in a moment like this, whether it's Japan or any other ally, the United States must stand beside an ally that is blatantly being coerced by blatantly being coerced by the People's Republic of China, reaffirm the United States' unwavering commitment in the alliance, and use measures not only through our treaties, but mechanisms like the G7 to provide support for Japan, particularly if the PRC's coercion continues to be ongoing. Congress can play an important role, perhaps inviting Prime Minister Takaichi when she visits the United States in March to see President Trump, in reaffirming not only our alliance commitments, but our support to Japanese economic vitality in the face of PRC coercive threats. Thanks.
And the other side of the coin, what signal did that send to Xi Jinping?
I believe that Xi Jinping was seeking to drive a wedge into the U.S.-Japan alliance through his coercion of Prime Minister Takaichi on the question of Japan. He was seeking to demonstrate that he could pry us apart, the United States and Japan, on this question.
And clearly, when Trump says stop provoking China, that would embolden Xi Jinping.
I can't speak to the nature of a private phone call between two leaders, which I imagine is what the reference is. But indeed, it is incredibly important for the United States to reaffirm its support for Japan. Thank you.